Hey guys, this is Dieter and welcome to Prison Architect the campaign. Now, in my last episode I explained a little bit. I will be recording this for when I'm in Japan. I will be playing this all through in one sitting. And I hope I can make about 8 episodes out of it because I'm going to Japan for 8 weeks. And I want to have some content on my channel, especially Prison Architect, because I enjoy playing it so much. I really love playing this game. And my idea was playing the campaign for my... for the period I'm in Japan. I want to explain it more than I have to. Let's get started. A couple of months ago, I think, I already played a little bit of it, but now I'm gonna start at the beginning and play it all through in one sitting. So let's get to it. First part, death row. We've been contracted to build an execution chamber at this prison in time for the scheduled execution of one of their inmates. Now this also has a bit of a storyline and I really like the story, so let's just get to it. It's also like a tutorial for playing Prison Architect. But let's just enjoy the cutscene. So we start out in a prison, of course. Seems to be well built. A lot of stuff going on. And there's a new bus with some new guys, some new prisoners for this prison. There they are. All the offices. The warden's got a big office, man. I usually don't give him that big an office. And I think that's the guy we're gonna start off with. Welcome to Prison Architect. I like this intro. I really do. It's pretty cool. I'm also gonna try to do some voices with this, starting with the CEO, and I'm not very good at voices, so this is gonna be quite funny. I hope. This is a tough one. There's a prisoner incarcerated at this facility who's been convicted of a double murder and sentenced to death. Ooh. That's where we come in. We've been contracted to construct an execution chamber in time for the guy's big day. So that's what we're gonna start off with. Execution chamber. This is where I want a new facility to be built. The first step with any project like this is to construct the building itself, with enough space inside to fit an execution room and a holding cell. So let's get started. Construct a new building here. We will also need an entrance to the new execution facility. Build a large jail door into the south wall. And as you can see, I'm not very good at voices. Let's just build a concrete building, why not? And get a large jail door going. I already know how to do this stuff because, yeah, I've played a lot of Prison Architect again. Already. Let's answer the call. Your workmen are responsible for the construction of buildings. They'll collect the steel and concrete from this storeroom and take it to the construction site. They'll use those raw materials to build the foundations and framework of your new building. This is the slowest part of construction, so you should plan ahead when building new facilities. While we wait, take a look around. Use WASD or the arrow keys to move around. Use the mouse wheel to zoom in and out. So, yeah, and zoom in, out, in, out, in, out. You can zoom out very far and you can zoom in very close. Okay, speed up the time. La di da di da di da da. And there we go. Now we should get another call of the CEO. Inside the building I want a cell and an execution room. Partition the space by constructing some brick walls. I made the whole building out of concrete and now he wants brick walls. Why not? Speed up. There we go. Now add large jail doors to those dividing walls. You can rotate an object before placement by clicking the middle mouse button or pressing R. Bam, bam. And there they are. That's one, and there's number two. Good. That's looking good. We now need to designate rooms within those spaces. Designate a cell into a smaller area where our condemned inmate will live. Then designate the execution room itself in the larger area. So a cell in here and an execution room in there. Easy peasy. Those new rooms have requirements before they become functional. The cell needs a bed and a toilet. The execution room requires the electric chair. So we've put in our stuff, a bed, toilet, and an electric chair. Bam, 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 bam. Speed up. Come on, guys. Slow as fuck. And the bed and the toilet. Alright. Incoming call. That's the essentials taken care of. But there are still a few improvements you could make. It's up to you though. These aren't strictly required. It depends how much you care about your prisoners and their environment. The cell itself could be improved with an outward-facing window and a small bookshelf. And the facility would look better with a higher quality floor material, like wooden floorboards or mosaic tiles. Outside you could add some lighting, and a paved pathway if you think it needs it. And there we have the priest and the inmate. This is the man in question, Edward Ramsey. A teacher once, would you believe? It's not our place to decide if he deserves this, the law has made that decision. We're just here to do our job. Once you're satisfied the facility is ready, you can begin the prison transfer to his new cell. Simply click on the Polaroid in his cell to initiate the transfer. So that does that, but I'm gonna do the optional stuff. I'm gonna try to do every optional stuff, every optional thing they ask of us. So I get that done. I need paving stone. Let's just do it like this maybe. There we go. I can cancel this. Put in some lights. Over there, there. And maybe one over here. Was there anything else? The wooden floor in the execution room. Done. 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 That should be everything. They're putting everything in. Alright, that's the optional stuff taken care of. Let's just get to the next chapter. How do you like the voices I'm doing? I told you I'm not very good at them, but I think it's quite funny. The chief. Oh, a new voice. What should I do for the chief? Should I make a funny voice? No, I don't think so. Don't shed one tear for this guy. He's a stone cold killer. Guilty as charged. I'm not gonna remember every voice I do. He even confessed. Wanna hear his description of what he did? It's juicy stuff. It was just around 11 PM. The lights were already on. I knew she was home. Oh god. This is some dark stuff. So, this guy Ramsey, I think his name was, is going home. All the doors are open for some reason. And there we have it. This already doesn't look so kosher. Oh god, oh the noise. Oh, the groaning and the moaning. But at least it's kinda censored. Edward. What kind of voice should I do? I knew I'd catch you two here. Edward, Don't! Just don't! What are you going to do? I can't do women's voices. Oh god. Kablam! And they're both dead. Alright, Edward Ramsey, stone cold killer. And a teacher. Okay, what did he teach? I wonder. Oh, that's some ugly shit. I love this. Just the arm placed right there so they don't have to put a sensor bar in it or something. Could have been worse. Could have been better as well. I hope I don't get in trouble for like stuff like this. Clear as day if you ask me. Deserves every fault he's gonna get. All men deserve forgiveness, even him. Are you so sure in yourself that you could deal with such a final judgment? I don't like the intonation I'm doing for this guy. I'm just gonna cut it. I'm gonna stop doing the voices because I can't do them. I just can't. Oh, disgusting. Catching your wife with another man is no excuse for what he did. And he went there with a loaded gun, knowing he'd fight them together. That's double premeditated murder. And I still talk like I'm explaining stuff. I have got no other intonation to speak in. He's done nothing but cooperate with the authorities. This state is making an example of him. If he'd committed his crime 100 miles north, he'd be looking at life imprisonment instead. How is that justice? Do you want a guy like this running free? I'll sleep just fine at night when I know he's gone. My acting skills are almost non-existent, as you can see. Good work so far. Thanks! However, there is one problem. The execution room isn't functioning yet, because it doesn't have any power. We don't have the power! We need to connect it to the electrical supply, alright? Easy, easy. So maybe through here, because this doesn't have power as well. We are now viewing the prison in utilities mode, which shows us the electrical wiring layout for the entire prison. Each building in the prison is connected to the power grid by those thick underground electrical cables. See how I told you it was like a tutorial? That's basic shit. Power is provided to the prison by this substation which draws electricity from the national grid. Okay. Stuff I already knew. As you can see, this entire wing of the prison cells is without power. All of the lights are out. To fix this problem, we first need to switch into utilities mode to understand why the lights are without power. Yeah, because the cables aren't long enough. Oh god. The nearest electrical cables are too far away. Our engineers can't complete the wiring for this area. Extend the electrical cables nearby to cover this wing of the prison. Okay. Let's just do it like that. And let's go over there immediately. I don't think... No, they're only asking for the rooms at the moment, but they want this done eventually. This is the boring part, when all the guys, all the workmen put in their stuff. Can I hire more? Yes, I can. Perfect. Let's just go crazy, because I'm gonna have to build a lot of stuff, I think. One missing. There he comes. And when that's done, all the rooms should have supply. There we go. Lights aren't the only thing that needs power. Your new electrical chair does too. Use the power cables to connect the execution facility to the power grid. I already did that. The electrical chair itself is a special type of electrical item. It requires its own dedicated power line. You'll need to connect it up directly with mains cables. That's what I did. As you can see, I connected it to the main cable. We're almost done, I think. We should test the new execution room at least once before we try to use it though. I'm just going to turn it on for a few seconds, make sure everything is okay. Okay. And bam. Well, that didn't work. Looks like we drew too much power and tripped a circuit breaker in the power station. The whole prison is dark. We're going to need more juice to be able to handle the power spike that the electrical chair generates. So probably put in more capacitors. First we need to turn the power back on. This is a two-step process. Switch the power station back on by clicking on it and selecting switch on in the menu that appears. Then build 3 more capacitors, call it, so we have enough power capacity to handle the electric chair. Once you've done that, test the electric chair again by clicking on it and selecting switch on in the menu. Let's just switch it on. Put in the capacitors, and when that's done, we can test the chair again. I'm sorry if I'm sniffing a lot today. I've got a little bit of allergy problems today. Of course, the moment when I'm recording like 8 episodes at once, but oh well. Let's switch it on again. And it seems to be holding up. Perfect. Well done. I believe we are finished with this job. What happens now is out of our hands. We did a professional job, and that's important in our business. Yeah, because running a prison is a business. Try not to worry about what happens next. You're gonna kill him. In nomine Patris Spiritus Filius Sancti. Oh. And there he is. Is he gonna confess? This is some heavy stuff, man. Really. Damn. Can I help you? Are you looking for forgiveness? I don't know. I have to do something. I can't live with the things I've done. You have to turn yourself in. Whatever you've done, you cannot evade the consequences. You will never be able to live with yourself until you face up to your past. I want to go back. I want to forgive her. I want her to forgive me. God will forgive you, no matter what you've done, if you ask him to. But you must answer to your crimes in the eyes of the law. There is no other way. So he went to the priest, and the priest told him to turn himself in. It is time, Edward. You have done the right thing, even though this world will not forgive you for it. You will be with God soon, and he will have his final judgment on you. Damn, this is dark. Like the first thing you do in the tutorial is kill a man. Fuck you. That's tough. What the hell is this? Oh, another Polaroid. Harsh. The system works. Kill off a murderer. So all the other people can feel safer. They are making an example out of him. I've heard of people doing worse who still don't even get a life sentence. They rape a couple of people and they walk out in like 6 months. It's a fucked up system. Edward Ramsey, you have been found guilty of 2 counts of murder in the 1st degree. The penalty is death. Do you have anything to say? I'm sorry? Susan, I'm sorry. Called it. And that's it. Suddenly, there was darkness there, and nothing more. It's over, man. It's all over.